Second Nature for Children is in the house. Coach, how you doing?
As always, man, great, great, great. How was
And I'm doing absolutely great. We're gonna go on and get right to it. So, family, as you come into the room, this is another one of those meetings that we should have had long time ago with our family. And so we doing it now, you know. So let's get it in. So make sure you hit that like. The likes are down, subscription is down, the shares are down. So we haven't started working yet. So we're gonna keep working on it though, as a people. So as you come in, make sure you get that done. So we finishing up our challenge week, and I had a guy to come to me during the course of the week and say, you know what, Coach, I've been listening to your tapes, your video on YouTube. And he said, I'm
Mhm.
here today because I took the challenge. I said, oh, okay, so
Mhm.
yeah. He said, I'm here today because I took the challenge. I say, well, what was the challenge? What? He said, I be putting stuff off too much. He said, I know I've been telling you, I've been coming to see you for about the last 2, 3 months or so. I hadn't got here yet. And so today I was over in this area, which it was Tuesday. He said, I was gonna come Wednesday when you have the boys, but I say, no, I ain't putting it off. Let me go right now. Stop and holler at Coach. So I appreciate my guy for coming through. Yep, that happened this week, man. He said he
Oh, okay.
procrastinated. Yeah, he said he been procrastinating on some things. He need to get it together. And he said during the course of the week just passed, he said he was gonna take that challenge, man, and he was gonna start stepping up, doing the things that he said he was gonna do, man. So that was exciting, for him to come through and holler at me and say the reason he made it was because of the challenge. You understand? So that was real good.
Okay.
And I want people to understand when when you're trying to take your life to another level, we have to be very careful of our company, who we hanging with, who we dealing with, because everyone may not be trying to take their life to another level. So if
Yeah.
you constantly hanging with that person or people or whoever it is, then they can be a hindrance to you. So you got to be very careful. I just want to share that with you. And I want you to think about this right here. A lot of times in life, depending on what you're doing, in order for you to elevate in life, sometimes you have to isolate. Sometimes you have to get yourself away from certain things and certain people, things like that right there. So I definitely want to share that information about the young man coming through, man, saying that he took the challenge. And the biggest reason that he was there at the gym that Tuesday was because he didn't procrastinate. He said he been doing that. So I hope that spark a flame to whatever he's endeavoring
Mhm.
in to take him to another level. And I'm asking the family right now, what was your challenge this week that you took on? Did you even take on a challenge? What level you're at. Since Coach and myself been coming on, I have videos that I've been doing by myself where we working to get to a certain level. First, to begin to take care of yourself, uh, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Then helping your close ones around you until you're able to put it out into the community. Once you start giving, that's our organization right there. You can go check out our website. Are you at the level where you're giving donations to help sponsor Second Nature for Children? If not Second Nature for Children, who are you helping in your community? It don't have to be our organization. Are you helping somebody? So let's work to get to that level where, first of all, you helping yourself, to help your family, to help the community, to help some type of organization. So it moves in levels. And that's why I was telling you last week, Coach, our information and things, it'll never get old because a lot of us haven't even started at the first level yet. So believe me, there's a lot of work to be done. So I want to talk to you about our blacks. And when I say blacks, I'm talking about us as a people. And when I'm saying certain things, I don't always mean all. If I want to say all and mean all for something, I would say all. But I just generalize it when I say blacks. And I ask you, do you think that we are even interested in doing better? And I'm going to share some information. And I want you to give me your perspective on it. And I know there's a lot of problems in the Black community, and we always hear at Second Nature for Children, we work on solutions. And one solution I want to give you today is learn how to let it go and move on. Yeah, that'll help a lot of us. And then believe me, the video is out. I have a video out with solutions, and go look at and listen to those solutions that I'm giving, that it'll help us in our lives and in the Black community. So, but I'm giving one today that I'm sure that it'll help someone, that if you could just learn how to let it go and move on, I promise you, it'll get you going in another direction. So let's do it like this right here. First, let's do interest. A feeling of wanting to know, to see, or to do, or to own, or to share in, or to take part in. Are we even interested? Let's do doing. Doing is the activity in which a particular person engages in. You doing something, things done, where you taking action, a certain behavior, a certain conduct. See, when I'm thinking about interest, I'm seeing already that we don't even want to take part in something. I'm seeing we don't even have an interest. So I can answer it, then I'm gonna move on, especially when it's dealing with the mind, the body, and the soul. I don't see where, as a people, we have an interest in doing better. I don't see it. I don't see it by observation. I don't see it by data. I just don't see it. And so when we dealing with that, and when we deal with better, simply to improve, I don't see, Coach, where a lot of us want to even improve. I don't see it. And so now, during the course of this week, I'm always having conversations with people.
Mm.
And of course, you know Miss V.
Yeah.
So I asked Miss V this question. I didn't mean to call out everybody don't know her, but you know her. So I just want to, because I was going to the young lady. But I asked Miss V this question right here, and I said, do you think us as a people, or do you even think that we have an interest in doing better? And she gave me her perspective, and this was her perspective right here. She said, I think that we have an interest in doing better, but we just won't take action. I said, oh, okay, I can see that, because I can see some of us may have good intentions, or some of us would like to do, move to another level, but she's right about that one thing. I would have to say that a lot of us, and I use that in the doing part of the definition, you have to take action. And so I definitely would agree with her on that part, that some of us do have an interest in doing better. We just won't take action. And then simply some of us, we just have no interest in doing better. On a higher scale, a lot of us, we just have no interest in doing better. And especially, like I say, dealing with the mind, the body, and the soul. Observation, data shows it, that as a people of color, we really have no interest on a higher scale in those three areas. So I definitely would agree with her on that right there. And some of us, like I said, we have good intentions to do better, but you know, there's a lot of work that we have to do as a people. So because when I speak on us as a people, I know it's not all. So I don't want somebody to say, well, I'm trying to do better and I am doing better. Then that's okay. Because I just said earlier, if you're trying to do better, that's what we're here for, to make sure. And if you need my help, there's my information to move you forward. But there's always levels to this thing that we got to move to and move to the next level. Like I said, we always under construction. You know, the work is never done. So we got to make sure that as a people, we got to come together. So we already know that as a people, we have no interest in coming together. Once again, politics, religions, it's just a lot of things that has just divided us as a people. And that's a fact. And certain groups of us, it'll never happen. It'll just never happen. It'll just never happen. I say it again. Now, what I'm finding out even more now is that, Coach, even as individuals, we have no interest in doing better. You know, I've been in certain communities for so long, for over 30, 40 years, and I'm observing my people. And as individuals, once again, I see, Coach, that we have just no interest in doing better. And a lot of us, we've been doing negative for so long till it just became normal. It's just normal to do wrong. I'm saying it from observation. And so what I'm saying is now we are at a certain point in a certain age in life where it is so hard mentally. That's what's hurting a lot of us, because we have been doing something for so long wrong to make that change mentally. A lot of us don't know how to make that change mentally, and it starts from right here. So like I said earlier, it's going to take a lot of work. I say we as individuals, as a people on a higher scale, dealing with the mind, the body, and soul, I don't see where we want to do anything to better ourselves. And I know it's sad to say, but we just don't understand that it takes a certain mindset and a connection to yourself. I'm slowing it down so they can get it. Knowing how to tap into that inner being, connected to that mindset. And until you learn how to connect that mindset to that inner being, here's a fact: you will never reach your greatest potential. You'll never reach it. And you wonder why and how some people achieve certain things. I'm sharing with you now how they achieve it, because they have learned how to connect that mindset to that inner being. And once you learn how to connect those two together, then you on your way. So, Coach, I ask you, do you think Blacks even have an interest? Are we even interested in doing better? What you think, Coach?
I feel that the desire is there. The desire is there, individually as well as collectively, but to start the process or how to start the process, is a whole different ball game. And then when you look at the fact that people got their own situation going on, so much so that they can't even move away for a minute or two from what they got going on, to deal with it on a larger scale. But the desire is there. I mean, it's hard for me to think. And I know about observation, I get it. And I know exactly what you're talking about. But it's hard for me to think that an individual, so I guess you could say with disillusion, beat down by life, society, what have you, that they can't see or don't have a desire, you know what I mean, to come up. It's hard for me to actually see that, man. Maybe because from where I'm sitting, you know what I mean, how I see life. There's always a possibility tomorrow could be you and your up game. I just believe that, you know. It's always a possibility. Um, you got to take steps. You got to remember for however long you've been in the predicament, whatever it is, right? Not working out, eating bad decision, however long you've been in that predicament. There's no way you can change overnight. There's no way. And even if you do, you're going to slip right back to what you used to be. Something, going to make you slip back. So it has to be step by step. It has to be inch by inch. You know what I mean? So yeah, the desire is there, but I know when you observe, you're like, man, and I get it. I get it, man. I'm gonna use that word, but that hope word, you know, it's my desire that one day it would click for more of us than it is. Just like you said, a young man. You know what I mean? It's not entertaining. This is something that we should be hearing about every single day in our lives, but unfortunately, it has not been the case. But now you're hearing it. Now you can't say you're not hearing it. And I know it has to trigger something. You can't just keep hearing this and it doesn't trigger something in you, man. You know what I mean? You just can't. You know, even just taking it in and not doing anything, it's gonna force you to do something. You can either try to get to more information like this. Oh, he's saying that. He's saying that. She said the same thing. Oh man, they must be onto something. You know what I mean? So yeah, to answer the question, yeah, the desire is there, but when you observe, man, it don't seem like it. But like I said, it's hard for me to think we're so beat down, bottled down that we can't, you know, don't have that desire to go to that next level. You can always improve, man. As long as you got time on this earth, tomorrow can be different. The next day can be even more different, you know. And we have so many similarities, but I don't like the fact that we cling to, I would say, the catchphrase of the day. Like certain catchphrases, the bag. So everybody desires seem like to get the bag. Okay, when you get the bag, what you gonna do? The bag isn't the money. You got it. So what you gonna do? The same bad things you've been doing, the same bad choices. So getting the bag don't mean anything if you don't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? So be careful what you wish for, man. Be careful you wish for. So yeah, the desire is there, man, but we got to take it in stages. We got to take it in stages. Trust me, man. I know.
And
Trust me, I know.
I want to piggyback a little bit when you said that. Let me get it, make sure that I quote you right, where you were saying that a lot of us are in a certain predicament or whatever
Yeah,
we're dealing with in life to
yeah.
it really it hinders us from doing certain things or being focused on certain things. Is that what you were
True.
saying? Now,
Yeah,
watch it
yeah.
right here. I don't know if you ever thought about this right here. Have you ever thought about this? When you're dealing with the mind, the body, and the soul, when we think about the group of people that are going through this and going through that, to the point where we're able to say, well, they got so much going on right now, so they may not be focused on this or focused on that. Don't you know wherever they're going through, it has something to do with the mind, the body, or the soul.
True, true,
I just want you to think about
true,
that. If they can
true.
get, because that's the foundation of life that we've been hearing, the mind, the body, the soul for so long. But now I teach the science of how to connect the three together for a great journey. And wherever people are going through right now, I just want them to think for a moment. It's either it umbrellas up under one of those three. Either they're in bad health, they can't get it together because they're worried about their physical fitness. Something is going on here, or something is going on spiritually. Just from what you said, whatever that this person or this group or these people or we are going through as a people, it has something to do with the mind, the body, or the soul. So can you imagine if you begin to get yourself together now that you know what's going on, you dealing with something within those three areas. And just like you said, it does you no good to go out and win. I don't care if it's $20 million. If you don't have it together here, that $20 million won't mean nothing in the next couple of days. Because whatever your bad habits are, or whatever you're dealing with, or what issues you have, that 20 million wouldn't last no time. So you gotta get a strong foundation. Yeah, you gotta get a strong foundation, and that's what we're messing up at. we're working so hard to try to survive, to try to get the bag, to try to get the money. Our physical fitness is going to hell, our mental health is going to hell, and our spiritual being, it's absolutely going to hell. So we don't have our things prioritized in the order where they need to be. We need to first learn how to balance. If you give a drug addict $1 million, you just killed them. It's not like
Yeah.
all of a sudden you give me $1 million, I'm clean. If you give an alcoholic $1 million, you just killed them. So it's things we got to make sure that we work on getting together. The bag will come. When you really get it together and learn some things, you don't even have to chase money. Money will chase you. So a lot
Yeah,
of
they
us don't
shoot.
understand that. A lot of us don't understand that though. You grind it so hard. It's a certain grind you got to have. But when you get in tune and learn how to do the right thing and head in the right direction and begin to really grind on knowing what you're doing, that money it'll come to you. But a lot of us don't know that. We out there, we killing ourselves. We killing ourselves. And we don't even have a strong foundation. And that's why we keep falling. And the predicaments that we're in today, that now we can't even get focused on getting ourselves together, it's up under one of those umbrellas. Because I ask you this right here. You want to share something else before I go in a little
No,
bit
go
more?
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I want to start, let's deal with the body because this, I'm trying to get this foundation. And I'm going to be like you on this point right here. I'm going to use the word hope. And the reason I'm going to use the word hope is because I'm putting work to it. See, a lot of us hope, but we're not putting in the work to it. That's why I was stating earlier that it doesn't matter whether you hope or not. It has to be connected to some work. So we're putting work in. So I'm absolutely hoping that people begin to take heed to what we're sharing with them because this information, it would definitely, it'll change their lives. And that's a fact. So I ask family right now, I ask the family, who have started with their physical fitness? I'm asking the family right now, you listening to me, have you even started? Or you just don't have no interest in it? I'm gonna tell you this, here's a fact. If you don't get started yesterday with physical fitness, you will pay a price for it sooner or later. That's a fact.
That's a fact. That's a fact, yeah.
It's a price to pay.
Fact.
I want to get that over to the family. It could even cost you your life. See, see, we just did a powerful video last week about thinking, and it didn't get a lot of views. YouTube is not going to move it. The people not moving it. We're not thinking. We just did the video. You're not taking care of yourself physically. These are facts. Sooner or later. And I know if you got to a certain age, definitely if you 40 and oh, you already feeling the effects of it. Facts. You're feeling it. If you haven't been taking care of yourself and you 40 and up, I promise you, by now you feeling the effects of it. And you still don't get it. You got to take care of yourself, family. It can even cost you your life. Golly. A lot of us are in bad shape right now, coach, and we have no interest in doing better. And they call that, I would say they call that an early death. That's what I say they will call that. They call that an early death. We have to wake up, family, and we have to show a consciousness of loving ourselves. I'm seeing that there is a lack of love for ourselves. A lot of us are not, and once again, we're not thinking. When you're not taking care of yourself physically, you're not showing yourself a strong liking, but you don't think like that. But that's where you got to start thinking though. You're not, you're not, you can't tell me that you're overweight, you're obese, you drinking alcohol excessively, you doing drugs, you just self-destructing. You can't tell me you could fool yourself that you love yourself. That's one of the problems, and we've spoken in plenty of videos that as a people, one of the biggest problems that we have, and a lot of these videos, when they be profound, it don't get a lot of views. YouTube don't move it. Then a lot of us won't even move it. I'm finding out a lot of us don't like the truth. I'm finding that out. But one thing about me, see, if I don't tell the truth, then that's shame on me. Now, if you can't handle the truth, then that's shame on you. Let me ask you another question. Have you begun to clean your diet up? What you're eating? There you go again. You have no interest in it. Not even thinking about it. I just want you to think for a minute, family. Early death, there's a price to pay. All the excessive drinking. You got the basketball game on tonight. I know we somewhere drinking it up, killing our liver, not even thinking about it. Not even thinking about it. We somewhere, boy, with the hot wings, the French fries, the hamburgers. I just want you to just go down the whole menu. We somewhere not even thinking about it, and we just self-destructing. We're not thinking. We're not thinking, coach. We're drinking too much. We're doing drugs too much. Just what I want to ask you. Another thing. What is it that you are trying to escape? Why are you drinking so much? Why are you doing drugs so much? Why are you eating so much? Psychologically, have you thought about it could be something that you're trying to escape from? And you're trying to get high to take you to a certain mental state and not realizing that when you come down, the problem is still there. The issue is still there. I just want to talk to the family. I hope they're listening. I hope they pass this information on. What trauma in your life that has you eating too much, that has you drinking too much, that has you doing drugs? What trauma? I just want you to sit down. I just want you to think about it. What you still dealing with from your childhood up to now? What you can't let go? I just told you one of the solutions. You got to learn how to let it go and move on. What are you dealing with? Why spiritually you're still broken and disconnected? And you in the church every Sunday. For my church people, I'm not understanding how you going into the house of worship every Sunday and you still spiritually disconnected and you still broken. You're some of the saddest people I see. My church family. It lets me know that you haven't truly built a relationship with the source of the creator. You just going into a place for formality and custom. And we got to stop. You got to truly build that relationship so you can take care of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. You have no power because you're not connected to no source. I just want the family to think about that. We have a lot of challenges along the journey that we're on. And a lot of us are not doing well. And I'm going to say this right here too, from what I'm saying. A lot of us have given up. A lot of us have no interest. For what I'm seeing, a lot of us have no interest in exercising, changing our eating routine, working on our mindset, first accepting that something mentally may be wrong. I can guarantee you, if a lot of us go to the doctor, we'll be diagnosed with either a mental disorder, mental illness, or mental issues. I promise you. But we ain't going to get that checked. And we wonder what's going on, what's keep happening. So let me tell you something. You still have a chance, though. I want to share that with you. You still have a chance to do something great in your life along your journey. You still have a chance. Should have said this from the beginning. Because a lot of them get clicked out by now. A lot of them will come back and get it later. But the only way you're going to be able to make a difference in your life, you got to be able to show that you have an interest in doing better. You still got a chance. But until you show that you have an interest in doing better, things won't change for you. Like I always say, in order for us to do better, see, it comes with a responsibility. See, a lot of us don't like that responsibility. Accountability, responsibility. Those are two words that we run from. And if we could just take those two words, responsibility and accountability, and put them to work, it can change our lives, man. That's facts. That's facts. So, family, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this information, because I guarantee you, you know one person, you know more, but you definitely know one person who need to hear it. And I know everyone that you may try to share it with, they may not want to hear it. I already know, because a lot of you all are not listening. I already know. So my answer to that, coach, is blacks don't have no interest. We on a higher scale, we just have no interest in doing better, especially when it's dealing with the mind, the body, and the soul. Observation and data, it shows we don't. And I'm with you on this right here. I hope that as a people, we can get it together, restructure that foundation that we've been missing. One of the biggest reasons we keep falling is because we don't have a strong base. If you begin to learn how to connect the mind, the body, and the soul together, because it's a scientific fact, if you learn how to connect the three together, I promise you, your life will begin to change. It won't stay the same. I promise you. But until you show interest, it won't change. And a lot of us are in the position that we're in today because we either struggle with our mind, our body, or our soul. I just gave it to you. You don't owe me nothing. If you need my help, there's my email. You want to support our organization, they'll go to Cash App, go to the website, see the work we're doing, our Facebook page. Family, we giving it to you every Sunday. Now it's on you. The old saying, you could take the water to the well. I mean, you could take the horse to the water,
Or
or
so
which
well,
one it is, but it's up to him to drink it. You understand? So, coach, I'm done with it. I'm wrapped up. You got 4 minutes. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna let you close it out. You share whatever you want to share. I'm done.
uh, and traveling and working out different states, different cities. Most of the people I encounter, they have to do things together. They have to be a peer, a trio of a group. And I'm just going back to what you say uh, at the beginning about who you're with, who you're around. If you're one of those people that need people around you to do something that's going to benefit you, and you're the only one that has the end work in your favor, you
Just,
know.
oh, you pause for just a second. So just kind of go back a little bit. That if you got to have someone around you, start right there.
Yeah,
Kind of
if you
pause
have
a little.
people around you, yeah. If you gotta have, you're one of those people that gotta have people around you to do something, and you're the only one with that interest. How is it gonna work in your favor? If it's four of you, it's three against one, really. And if they don't have that interest, they can say, man, you don't need that, man. What you trying to do? You know what I mean? You might feel kind of funny, then you stop doing it. Some things you just got to go alone, man. So you go alone when it's in regards to self-improvement. You go alone in that. Let them come and tag along. You know what I mean? And do what you doing. Let it be like that. That's the way I see that, man. Most people, like I said, they gotta. Okay, for instance, traveling. A lot of people don't travel because someone they know, the people they know are not going for whatever reason. So they're not going. Man, that's foolish to me. So if something like that, just think about working out. You call your workout, but no, I ain't working out today. So that means you don't work out. It's their loss, not yours. But you got to work on you, man. It starts with you. You be that example. You be that like, damn, he's doing that. Damn, she's doing that. Okay, I'm gonna just jump on board. You got to be that one, man. You know, you don't have to tell them, just show them. You know what I mean? And we talking about mind, body, and soul. We gotta talk about choices too. Don't forget choices. Be careful with your choices, man. Especially when what's going on right now with the economy, finances. We got to be careful with our choices, man. You can see these folks, they got a problem, they shut down and tell you, hey man, you don't work here no more. We don't need you. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, as well as financially, and make better choices. You know, everything don't have to be in a rush, man. Think about it, be honest with yourself, and just do it step at a time. Step at a time. You can't lose, man. You just can't lose. So that's my take, man.
Well, coach, I'm gonna take that right there, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take your advice. So I appreciate you. If don't nobody else take it, I promise you, I'm gonna take your advice. And until we come back together, take care,
All right, man. Peace out.
sir.